Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to a new show. I'm going to try and do weekly, I guess, every Sunday for a while, called Weekly Geekly News, where I'm going to talk about all the great stuff from DC, Marvel, maybe some Dark Horse if there are any good news about it. You know, just some old good stuff that you and I enjoy every time we watch it. You know, something that just gives us joy. Let's see. So I am your host, Caretaker, and I know it's probably any of my subscribers probably have not seen my content in a long time. I've been just kind of lying low for a while, but anyway, let's get started on some of the news that's coming out. Let's see what we got here. By the way, I am using comicbook.com as my reference if you ever want to go check out these articles or what have you for yourself. So let's see what we got here. Geez, everyone's talking about Pokemon Go on this channel. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Sorry, my computer's a little slow to load this. But this is also completely unscripted and just me talking and rambling. Let's see. Oh, here we go. New villain for Legends of Tomorrow. Let's see. Come on, computer. There we go. DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Let's see. The article is called DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Could this be our Season 2 villain? DC's Legends of Tomorrow is back in production for its second season, and so far we don't have any idea who the big bad is. Oh, okay. Well, any official idea, I've got a crackpot theory that might just pan out. During 2015 visit to the set of DC's Legends of Tomorrow, I found myself talking to executive producer Phil Klemmer, chatting him about a time-traveling DC villain, Monarch. Almost a year later, the villain, or at least a version of him, seems like a pretty great candidate for Season 2 for Legends. Yeah, the whole time traveling business with the Legends of Tomorrow, this would be good. Hopefully we can bring back Captain Cold. That'd be awesome. He was one of the best characters on the show, for me anyway. See, DC members make Hank Hall as Hawk, one half of the superhero duo Hawk and Dove. After the first Dove, his brother Don, died. Hall became increasingly violent. Also, if you hear some people talking in the background, I apologize. I don't really have good equipment right now. But this is just the starting of it. Anyway, back to the article. Hall became increasingly violent and unstable, not words that were impossible to associate him with him even before that. The changes to Hall's personality culminated with him becoming a villain Monarch. Alright, so it'd be kind of cool to see him, go around in this series. For season 1, to be honest with you, I thought it was only going to be like maybe 10, 11 episodes, but it actually turned into almost a full-fledged season. Like, I was expecting it to be, 10, 11 episodes, but I wasn't expecting the 20-something episodes we got. But yeah, it's actually kind of nice. And, okay, well, it's going to be kind of nice to see how this goes out. So, but it's just a rumor, who could be, but, hopefully we'll see some more stuff at San Diego, which is I think next week or something, right? Alright, let's see. Yeah, I've heard a lot about. Let's go with Arrow Season 5 now. See what we got. Let's see, new members. I know from an article, I think I read on Facebook a while back. It was there's Arsenal supposedly coming to Season 5, which would be kind of badass, in my opinion. I liked her in Young Justice. Thought she was awesome. Just a whole entire character. Hopefully hopefully Sarah comes back as a Canary in Season 5, because I like, to me personally, I like Sarah more than Laurel or Felicity. Let's see. So the article. Let's continue reading the article. While the members of Team Arrow, except Oliver and Felicity, went their separate ways at the end of Season 4 on the hit CW superhero drama. That's a good word to describe it. A new tweet from executive producer Mark Guggenheim seemingly hints at new team forming for Season 5. The second episode of Arrow's 5th season is currently in production, operating under the title The Recruits. Cool. While it's not clear who the recruits are, it's rumored to be Arsenal, like I said, there are a few possibilities already on the table, and of course a very real possibility that they aren't being recruited for Team Arrow at all. And before Young Justice TV show plug. That'd be awesome. Just get a live action Young Justice series going on with this, and CW has a market for superhero shows. Excuse me. Well, here it shows the picture of the just like the overall front of the script, and a tweet by Guggenheim saying 502 is in production. Right. The article continues saying, at a minimum, this season of Arrow is a weird typo, I guess, will introduce Wild Dog, who could be either a member of Team Arrow or a foe. Now, I could have sworn I read something somewhere else that that's not going to be the villain. I heard about a villain for Season 5 of Arrow that's coming up. I don't remember who it was. Somebody I heard about, though. Let's see if anybody remembers that article that was on Facebook saying what the villain for Season 5 was going to be. Let me know in the comments. I'll check that out whenever this uploads. Which should be tonight. Anyway, the character first appeared in Wild Dog #1 in 1987, making him one of the first new superheroes created following Crisis on Infinite Earths. Damn. Created by Road to Production writer Max Allan Collins. His superpower is guns. So, Punisher? See, let me lay down something real quick. I haven't read much DC, to be honest with you. I mean, apart from some Batman comics and some Green Arrow comics I've read, but my Green Arrow knowledge kind of is more or less limited to 2 comics that were released in the late 80s, early 90s about the Hunters, I believe, and the Justice League Unlimited series, which is a beautiful series. Great series. The article continues saying, star athlete Jack Wheeler went to college on a football scholarship, but had to drop out and become a mechanic after an injury forced him off the team, and he couldn't afford tuition. Excuse me. Before working as a mechanic, though, he enlisted for tour of duty in the U.S. Marines, only to see most of his friends killed by terrorist bomb after returning home. He fell in love, but the woman he was in love with was gunned down in a seemingly random shooting. It is Punisher, practically, except for instead of shooting his family, it's shooting a woman he fell in love with. Huh. I mean, DC and Marvel always have like these characters that are very, very similar. What was it? I was going to say Blue Beetle's like Spider-Man, but I don't think it's right. Anyway, after returning home, he fell in love. Oh, damn, sorry. He was in love with a gun down in a but the woman he was in love with was gunned down in a seemingly random shooting. Later revealed to be a hit because her father was a reputed mobster. Wheeler snapped and became Wild Dog, a vigilante beloved by the public for cleaning up the streets, but wanted by the police for his brutality. So, sounds a little bit like some of the plot from Daredevil Season 2 with Punisher. Because I'm sensing that Arrow's going to have like a conflict with him, saying, no, you can't use guns, we have to let the law decide where these men go, and the guy's going to be like, I decide where they go. To hell. Let's see. And I'll read one more paragraph and I'll see what else we got. Let's see. article continues saying, after his own series failed to make him a star, the character would appear in Action Comics Weekly before fading mostly into obscurity. His most recent appearances on the printed page were in an alternate reality story in Booster Gold, in which Wild Dog was part of a team of revolutionaries led by the Green Arrow and working against Maxwell Lord and his army of Omax. So, I'm guessing it's going to be... He's going to work with Arrow, but both their means are completely different. That's what it seems like it's going to be like to me. Which, alright. That and hopefully getting Arsenal. And I believe Rory's coming back. I mean, that's what I've heard as well. It'd be cool to see Rory come back. Yeah, so hopefully season 5 of Arrow, starts getting it better, because that season 3 and 4 felt a little what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't feel like a chore, but it just kind of like, it felt like it just dragged. Like, I didn't enjoy it as much as season 1, or especially season 2. Season 2 was just really, really well written for me. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Of course, Flash is my favorite superhero show on TV right now. I think it's like a good number of people love that show. Let's see, speaking of Flash, let's see, where's that article? Let's see. Real-time recording, folks. Speaking of Flash, if I can find an article about Flash, I'd really like to talk about him, because I know that Kid Flash, or Wally West Flash, is getting a new suit. And I want to read about it more, because I only just kind of glanced at it on Facebook. There it is. Let's see, the Flash first look at Wally West in costume, and what picture I'm seeing right now is only the top half of him, but still, it looks like New 52 Flash, actually. Let's see, the article says, Wally West will appear as Kid Flash in a new season of The Flash, the CW confirmed today. I hope so. It'd be awesome to see him have a character, see Wally West continue as a character and as a superhero. That'd be pretty sweet. Plus, the whole outfit looks kind of badass to me. By releasing the first official image of actor Kanan Lonsdale in costume. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyway, but longtime Wally fans like myself shouldn't get our hopes up too high, according to the network. This still comes from season premiere titled Flashpoint, suggesting that this could be Wally West from an alternate timeline. That makes kind of sense. I mean, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen season 2 of Flash, or at least the ending of Flash season 2, Barry goes back and saves his mom. And while my buddy and I are watching this, I'm looking and go, oh, Wally, or oh, Barry, you fucked up. You fucked up badly. But I'm looking forward to seeing where season 3 goes. I like the actors they got in this series. I think they're all doing a really good job. And my boy Kevin Smith, he's going to be directing, or supposedly he's directing like episode 2 or 3, or both. I enjoyed his episode that he directed in season 2, so as well. Right. The article continues saying, in the comics, the original Wally West, a white man with red hair who actually served as the Flash for a while after Barry Allen's apparent death, recently returned after DC's 2011 The New 52 reboot, which I actually have a couple of comics from the reboot, which that's where a couple of my Batman comics came from. Anyway, it continues. After the New 52 reboot, he had been replaced by a young black character who shared his name, now revealed to be the cousin of Wally, both named after the same uncle. It's the Wally who Lonsdale's cat was cast to play. Although it's a classic Wally costume now appearing in Teen Titans, which is soon to be that he's wearing. If only they would make a Teen Titans or Young Justice or Teen Titans series. That'd be super awesome. But anyway, the article continues saying Flashpoint was a 5-issue miniseries written by Jeff Jones and featuring art by Andy Cube. Excuse me, just ate, so featured art by Andy Kubert. It told the story of an alternate universe where there was no Superman, where the Flash, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman's nations were on the brink of war, and Batman was Thomas Wayne driven to the edge after the murder of his son in Crime Alley. I think they made a movie. They made a movie about that. Wasn't it Flashpoint? Wasn't it a DC animated movie that they made called Flashpoint? And it was really good. I think it's at the time of this recording, I believe it's on Netflix. My buddies and I watched it and just enjoyed the hell out of ourselves, just getting really engrossed into the movie. Honestly, I like the idea of Thomas Wayne being Batman. That's actually kind of a pretty badass thing to do. And so the article continues on saying, with the world hanging in the balance of the dark and ultra-violent war between Atlantis and Themyscira plunged parts of Europe into the ocean, Barry Allen was the only hope who could remember the pre-Flashpoint world and had to work to restore his power so that he could travel back in time and fix it. The big twist, for those who don't know it, is that the terrible near-apocalyptic timeline was the result of Barry Allen traveling back in time to save his mother from being murdered by the Reverse Flash. So Season 3, at least the beginning part of Season 3, is going to be the Flashpoint Paradox, it sounds like. And that's pretty awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that. They got some pictures of the costume and everything too, and the whole suit actually looks pretty nice. Let's see, there's a second picture, and where is it? Come on. Oh, there we go. Well, there's two pictures that it has with it. I'll post both on the video. I'll post both in the description. But to be fair, I mean, the first picture shows him doing a dash type of pose. It looks like a cosplayer almost, the way he's angled. I mean, when we're standing still and looking down, actually, the typical brooding superhero pose. The costume itself looks pretty cool. Just that pose just looks kind of odd. It doesn't look right. Something about it just looks off. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Right, let's see. Let's continue with some DC news. I mean, I'm looking forward to Wally West getting the superhero costume. My little geeky self will love that. Imagine a lot of us will like that. Let's see what we got here. New article saying Mark Guggenheim teases new Legends of Tomorrow cast member. Would be a new hero to fight alongside, but surely not going to be Captain Cold. Sadly, unless they find a way to bring him back. But let's see. The article states DC Legends of Tomorrow is headed back into production for its second season. And yesterday, showrunner Mark Guggenheim took this to social media to release an image of the table read. In the photo embedded below, one little detail stuck out with many fans. There's an actor in the photo whose face is obscured by pixelation. Fans immediately took to the comments to speculate as to who it might be, excited to learn about an as-yet unannounced new character joining the casting series. Of course, there's no reason to assume that the pixelated face will be a new member of the Wave Rider crew. It's equally likely that he's either going to guest star for the premiere or possibly a villain, either for the premiere or for the season. As yet, nothing has been revealed as to the identity of the villain for Legends of Tomorrow's second season. I mean, I like the first season, alright. Yeah. The first season was alright for me. I like the actors in it. A bunch of the actors were really good. I like how they were all previously established characters, even if some didn't get much establishment to it. But Red Hunter, I thoroughly enjoyed that actor's portrayal. Blasphemy, I can't remember the name of the actor. I don't remember actors' names very well, though, sadly. I can only name a few actors off the top of my head, but everyone else, though, I'm looking forward to it. Also comes with a picture of the Justice Society of America picture with it too, along with the Wave Rider crew. Anyway, let's continue on with some other exciting news. New Suicide Squad trailer. Yeah, check that out at your leisure if you'd like. Oh, that's awesome. Fox releases new Court of Owls Gotham poster. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely excited to see more Court of Owls stuff. Let's see what we got here. The article states Court is in session for Gotham season 3, which Gotham's a pretty good show. I like it. It seems like Gordon's more Batman right now than Bruce, obviously. Many of Batman's more popular villains have already made their presence felt on the hit show Gotham, and now their ranks will be joined by one of the most recent additions to Batman lore. That's an issue I have with the show, actually. All the villains they're introducing to the show. This is me ranting, by the way. All the villains that are introducing on the show seem too old in comparison to Bruce. I mean, Bruce is, what, 10, 11? Right now in the show he's probably like 13, 14. Everyone seems a little too old for him. Like, Harvey Dent looks like he's at least 10 years older than him, or 10, 15 years older than him. And Riddler looks like he's in his mid-20s as well. I mean, the adult actors, like, Jim Gordon and Harvey Bullock, they're appropriate age. But all of these villains just seem, I don't know, it just seems a little off. Mr. Freeze, I mean, his age was subjective. You can never really tell because of the way his skin was and the way his body was after a certain point. Which, actually, the more I think about it, I think they froze. I know they wanted to introduce him as soon as possible, but I think they froze him too early. I think he probably should have been frozen like after Batman's first year or something. I think that's how the story was, but this is probably just a new universe for this character. Yeah, so new poster. It looks kind of cool. Just a black outline or a black poster with a mask. Yeah, all right, not bad. You know what you guys thinking if you decide to look it up. Let's see. Killing Joke from new Batgirl footage from Batman and Killing Joke. I'm not going to play any type of video on this because I don't want to get copyrighted. This is just me talking. Tara Strong's coming back for Barbara Gordon. That's going to be nice. Which I actually got to meet her a few weeks ago. She was actually really, really nice. The veteran voice actor Tara Strong sits down with DC All Access Tiffany Smith and discusses returning to the role of Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, for the upcoming R-rated animated adaptation of Batman and Killing Joke. During the interview, new footage of Batgirl is shown throughout. Let's see. Tara Strong says, "I can tell you that in the Killing Joke, Barbara Gordon will not disappoint the fans who have been waiting to see this story. It's completely dark and she does stuff that she's never done on any series I've ever worked on. So she's strong, she's older and wiser, but dark. It's really, really a cool place for her to be." Well, I mean, anyone who's read the Killing Joke knows, I mean, this is, I think at this time, Dick Grayson is still Robin. So, this takes place, I guess it's not going to line up with the animated series timeline because you know, Barbara Gordon was still Batgirl whenever Dick Grayson was Nightwing. You know, of course, I can't really see the animated series doing the Killing Joke and having Barbara be being paralyzed from the waist down. So I guess this is just its own thing with the animated series and animation. So yeah, hopefully I'll be watching it. I'm pretty sure anybody listening to this will be watching it too. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got here? Right now I'm just looking at DC stuff. Warner Brothers announces Batman Arkham Underworld. So another sequel to the Arkham series, I'm guessing. Looks like it from the picture. It looks like it's Arkham. Let's see. The article says players have experienced what it's like to be Batman in previous Arkham games, and now you'll get the chance to play as the hero's infamous rogues gallery. And that's pretty cool. Batman Arkham Underworld is a mobile game that tasks you with taking control. Oh, it's a mobile game? Oh, huh. It tasks you with taking control of Gotham City. Every would-be crime lord needs some help, and if Gotham has a surplus of anything, it's villains. Damn right, Jeff. You'll enlist and control villains like the Riddler, Croc, Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, and Scarecrow as you conquer Batman's city block by block. I wonder if that means it'll be like a multiplayer mobile game. Be kind of interesting. Everybody having its own powers. You'll need to build a stellar hideout, as well as deal with mundane tasks of being the boss, which means hiring and training henchmen to fight on your behalf. Gotham PD will be your primary enemy, but as you climb the underworld ladder, you will get the Dark Knight's attention and will have to defend your headquarters accordingly. Alright, that's kind of neat. I don't play very many mobile games except for Pokemon Go right now. That, me, and several million other people are playing that. What else we got? What else we got in the way of DC news? Let's see. Yeah, sorry for the dead air. I'm just kind of scrolling through. I haven't watched any of Supergirl, so hopefully when it comes to CW this season, I'll give it a shot. Let's see. Let's talk about this. Alright, so possible evil speedster shows up on the Flash Season 3 set. Okay, let's see. Kind of cool looking costume. New pieces of the Flash third season continue to come to light. Recently, it was revealed that Wally West would finally be getting the Kid Flash costume, as we previously mentioned. Now, new photos of the set surface, where we see Wally West walking alongside another new speedster decked out in black and orange. In one of the photos, Wally's can be seen on the side of the bad side of altercation with the new villain, and Grant Gustin finds him in a dumpster. So it seems like Wally gets his ass kicked. Let's see. And show some tweets. A new costume. I mean, it'll probably look more badass than the in the show whenever it pops up. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let's jump ahead to to the Marvel section. Let's see what we got from Marvel. Let's see. Tom Hiddleston teases fight scene in Thor Ragnarok. Look, he doesn't fight. And he's a trickster, is what he does. On Thursday, after Tom Hiddleston received his first ever Emmy nomination for his portrayal of Jonathan Pine in the criminal crime miniseries The Night Manager, he did a number of interviews to celebrate the special occasion, taking advantage of the opportunity. Entertainment Weekly squeezed in a few questions about Thor Ragnarok, which he is currently filming in Australia. Thor Ragnarok sounds like it's going to be awesome. I'm just, just happy we're getting a bunch of good movies. We're getting a bunch of movies, this fast. So, first, he was asked if he was going to spend the day celebrating his Emmy nod with his co-star Chris Hemsworth. He said, "I'm going to sleep for a bit, and then yes, I'm going to go on set. It is actually a fight day tomorrow. I don't think I'm fighting specifically him. However, spoiler, that's all I can tell. That's all I will tell you." Huh. Okay. Well, let's see. That's right. Loki was on the throne of Asgard at the end of the last movie. It's been a while since I've seen Thor 2. I think the last time I saw Thor 2 was actually in theaters. The music for Thor is actually really nice too. If you ever listen to the soundtrack. Yeah, so it wasn't very strong news. But let's see. Wait, this is kind of interesting. I did not know this. Carl Urban apparently is going to be in Thor Ragnarok. I did not know this. This is actually kind of big news for me because I love Carl Urban. I said this to my friends and everything like that, which I think Carl Urban would have made an excellent Punisher. I mean, even with season 2 of Daredevil, I think he would have done a great job as Punisher. I mean, John Bernthal was great. He wasn't my first choice. I didn't really know much about John Bernthal outside of Walking Dead. But Carl Urban, I think he would have made a great Punisher. That's just me. I think a lot of people will agree, but John Bernthal was good. I enjoyed this Punisher. I thought he was a really good dramatic actor with that. The way he talked and the way just the exchange between him and Charlie Cox and that rooftop scene in episode 2 or 3 of season 2. I need to rewatch season 2 again. It's pretty nice. Anyway, the article states, while attending the premiere of Star Trek Beyond, we got an opportunity to ask Carl Urban what's the coolest thing about playing Scourge in Thor Ragnarok. Scourge. So my knowledge of Thor, my knowledge of Marvel, to be honest with you, is usually just kind of isolated to what I've read in Spider-Man, which from 2013 through halfway through 2014, spent that entire time just reading all 700 issues of Spider-Man, which was pretty sweet. Oh, excuse me. But my knowledge of Marvel is kind of limited to that, and some stuff I read about Captain America and some other one-shot comics I've picked up over my years. Let's see. But Carl Urban states, well, it's difficult for me to really comment about it because I haven't started production yet, but I'm looking forward to getting on set. For me, I read the script, and it was fun. It was a fun script and quite different than the previous Thor movies, and I was drawn to the appeal of working with I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Taikawaiti. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Which is the director of the movie, apparently. So the coolest thing about Scourge, I think, is probably his journey through the film. There's change, and there's He finishes the film in a different place than he starts. As an actor, that's always something you look for. I'm not an actor, so I wouldn't know. And, yeah. Just that premise of Thor Ragnarok, just the idea alone is pretty badass. I know a little bit about Thor Ragnarok because I know a little bit about what happened in the comics with Ragnarok, where Thor died, I believe. Yeah, Thor was dead, and this took place right before the first Civil War in the comics. I remember that. Yeah. Let's see what else we got in news from Marvel. I don't know if I want to do movie news or if I just want to do TV show news. Bad. Sorry. Looking at concept art for Deadpool and the costumes. No. I think that's someone just put that out there just for clickbait. Probably. Let's see. Just a nice little dead air for me talking, sorry. Not really much interesting for me. Not really much interesting news for Marvel comic news. Nothing that would be interesting for a podcast, mind you. I mean, if you want to give this a look at, go for it. But so, okay, here we go. There's something interesting. Simon Kinberg confirms new Gambit shooting start date. So they're going back to trying to do Gambit, which, alright, that works. It'd be nice to see Gambit more. I mean, we only saw him the one time in the movie We Shall Not Mention. But, it'd be nice to see Gambit back into a movie. See, the article says Fox is in a weird place when it comes to their X-Men universe. Well, the core franchise appears to be losing some steam, including the not-so-well-received X-Men Apocalypse, which I enjoyed. X-Men Apocalypse. I had fun. There's a bunch of scenes in that movie I thoroughly enjoyed, especially the ending, which I'm not going to spoil just yet in case someone listens to this hasn't seen it yet. The movie's been out for almost 2 months, though. Anywho, let's see, including the not-so-well-received X-Men Apocalypse, other parts of the universe like Deadpool and its upcoming sequel are hitting on all cylinders. Somewhere in between all those and the long-delayed Gambit solo feature, which still has actor Channing Tatum attached to the leading role as Herman LeBeau, the X-Men is still a fan favorite, and from all accounts the script appears to be quite good, but numerous pushbacks and delays have fans worried that it will never see the light of day. Channing Tatum as Gambit. I haven't really seen much of what Channing Tatum does, so I haven't really watched much of his work. So maybe I'll go see it just out of curiosity, see how he does with the Gambit character. So honestly, the actor that I got to play him in the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, the actor that played him in that was pretty sweet. I thought he did a good job. Let's see. Let's continue on with some Marvel news and see what we can find just to see what we can look at. I'd like to find some TV news, but I don't think there is much. Oh, computer. Here we go. Yeah, alright, so I'm just going to scroll back up and see what I can find for news. Oh, here we go. First look at Baby Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And he looks from the picture, he looks adorable. Like a little tiny Groot baby. He's like not even a foot. He's like a foot and a half tall or 2 feet tall. He's cute as hell. Are they gonna high pitch Vin Diesel's voice to sound like a baby though? Like if he starts saying "I am Groot," is he gonna have like a high pitched voice? I don't know. it sounds like an interesting concept. Anyway, let's see what the article says. Marvel Studios has released the first official look at Baby Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. One of the most remarkable things about 2014's Guardians is that filmmaker James Gunn was so effective at tugging on our heartstrings with a humanoid plant with a very limited vocabulary. Of course, according to We Are Groot, scene in which the Guardians are stuck inside Ronan's damaged spacecraft, which is about to crash land on Xandar. Luckily, Rocket retrieved a sprig from the fallen hero and planted it. By the end of the film, the baby-sized version of Groot was sprouted and danced to Jackson 5. When we see Baby Groot again in Volume 2, he will have grown his pot, but he won't be all that much bigger. However, the real question is this the same Groot we all know and love? It's kind of a weird question. Probably should have the same thing, or same knowledge, but anywho, someone's quoted, he doesn't have the wisdom and the experience of that Groot, says Jonathan Schwartz. He's a younger Groot and a more rambunctious Groot. The question is he the same Groot, just smaller, or is he a different Groot that sprung up from the seed of the first Groot? Well, my take on it would be it's probably going to be a little different. I mean, he's going to be younger, it looks like, obviously. But we'll find out next year, which I will definitely be seeing. I'm pretty sure anybody listening to this will definitely be seeing. I'm looking forward to enjoying myself in that movie. Let's see. Let's see if we can find some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. news. Nope, my bad. Let's see. We got a new casting for Thor Ragnarok, though. Let's see. Ragnarok director on casting Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Let's see. The comics has Guardian Warrior goddess Brunhilde. The Valkyrie is depicted with blonde hair and blue eyes, but Thor Ragnarok director, I had no idea how to pronounce it, wasn't going to be let those physical attributes limit which actors could play the part. In the end, he believed Creed and Westworld star Tessa Thompson was the best choice to bring the long-serving member of the Defenders to life on the big screen. He's reported saying, right from the start, we wanted to diversify the cast, and it's hard when you're working with Vikings. We want to be more inclusive and provide a broader representation. He also told CBR at that point you have to look at source material as a very loose inspiration and then take it from there and go with your gut. You know what? None of that stuff matters. Just because the character was blonde and white in the comic book, that doesn't matter. That's not what the character is about. Alright, whatever. People forget that diehard fans will say that's not authentic to the comics, but as soon as they watch the movie and they're involved in the story and actually what's happening, everybody forgets. The fact that we even have to keep having this conversation is ridiculous because we keep forgetting unless it's the topic of the film. It just shouldn't even shouldn't even be what do we even care. Now this article is a little hard to read. Okay, whatever, dude, it's your movie. And it's not exactly it's the main character. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll be good. Some people probably got pissed off about other characters being recast, but oh well. I don't know much about Thor enough to give really my 2 cents about it. But whatever. I'm not gonna get into that kind of politics right now. Not in this kind of thing. It's not what this is for. Anywho, let's see what else we got to listen to. What else can we talk about before I wrap this up? Let's talk about Josh Brolin as Thanos. Let's get that in there. Josh Brolin promises an incredible story for Thanos in Infinity War. Alright, let's see. While Infinity War Part 1 and 2 don't have official titles yet, let alone a completed script for either part, it does have a basic story already. The story is one that they've been building to steadily in the Marvel comic universe, and with it, the hands of the writers and directors behind Winter Soldier and Civil War, they obviously knew the general direction to which they were going. Which we didn't really see. We didn't see any hint of Infinity Stones in Civil War, did we? I mean, aside from what was in Vision's head. On the press tour for the home release of Hail Caesar, actor Josh Brolin, who plays the menacing galaxy's threatening villain in the MCU, told Digital Spy that while he hasn't seen any script pages, he has already discussed the story with the Russos, and he likes what he's seen. He hasn't really done much as Thanos in terms of the movies. I mean, he had a quick cameo in Avengers and a little bit of a role in Guardians, and an after credits scene in Avengers 2. Hopefully this movie gets kind of badass. Hopefully this movie's not overhyped. I'm a little worried the movie might be a little overhyped, but that's just me. Roland said, I literally can't say one word about it, but it's an incredible story. There's no script yet, but I do know the story inside and out. It's an amazing story. I sat at a table and listened to the story and was completely and utterly blown away. I was told it by all the people involved. It was a large table, I'll put it that way. So they didn't really say much. I mean, I don't want spoilers, obviously. I don't think you want any. I don't think anybody listening to this wants any spoilers. So, yeah. Looking forward to the movie completely. Hopefully it'll be awesome. The movie's been building up for now 6 years. Well, not 6 years, 4 years. That'll be awesome. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Hopefully, hopefully you guys like this format. It'd be awesome to see if this goes somewhere. Next week, I'd like to have a co-host. Anyways, I am your host, Caretaker, and I shall hopefully see you next week. Later.